Hello, I'm Dr. Anjana Khatwa and I'm here on this beautiful sunny day in Lyme Regis on the Jurassic coast, and I'm surrounded by stunning rocks and fossils. Fossils are actually the remains of living things that lived a very, very long time ago, and they tell us about amazing ancient environments and animals. In fact, this entire beach is covered in fossils, and the best tools to use to look for fossils are your eyes. Well, I've just walked along the beach here and discovered this fantastic looking ammonite just lying here for everyone to see. This is a spiral shelled creature, and it would have lived about 185 million years ago. Now, ammonites would have swum through the Jurassic seas, and when they died they would have sank to the bottom of the seabed. Their shells would have been buried with layers and layers of rock, and eventually that shell would have been turned into stone. Now, those layers of rock, we can see them behind us in the cliffs, and the waves come in and bite away at those rocks, releasing the fossils onto the beach. Now, I can't quite take this ammonite home with me, but what we'll do is we'll walk along the beaches and see if we can find any that we can take home in our pockets. Well, I said I didn't have that much luck for a beach today, but I've actually found a few bits that I want to show you. Here are some scrappy bits of ammonite that I found on the beach today. But this lovely specimen that's got iron pyrites in it, which kind of glints in the sunlight. And there's a few little ones that you can see just in here as well. Now, just in case I didn't find anything on the beach, I brought some really spectacular specimens to show you. And what I do have is this beautiful specimen of this ammonite here. You can really see the spiral shape of the shell, and what's lovely is to compare it to this model here, and you can actually see what's missing. It's the head. And what happens is when that ammonite becomes a fossil, the soft body parts actually rot away and disappear, and you're left behind with this shell. If you cut that shell in half, this is what's revealed inside. There are lots of different chambers, they're called body chambers, and the ammonite uses the body chambers to control how it moves through the water. It pumps air in and out of the chambers, a bit like an aqualung if you were going scuba diving, and it's able to push itself backwards through the water. Something else that I have which is quite interesting is this. It's a Gryphea, and it's actually related to the oyster family, and it would have had a little flap on the bottom of the shell which would have opened and closed to help it to feed. So that's rather nice as well. It's a really funny shape, isn't it? Lastly, I've got this really interesting specimen here. It doesn't look like much. Actually, it's an ichthyosaur vertebrate. And ichthyosaurs were marine reptiles that lived in the Jurassic period, a bit similar to like dolphins that you see today. The best places to see ichthyosaurs are actually in museums, and if you go to the Natural History Museum in London, you can actually see some of the ichthyosaurs that Mary Anning found many, many years ago. So we can't leave Monmouth Beach without actually coming to the ammonite pavement. Look at us, we're surrounded by hundreds and thousands of ammonites preserved in this limestone pavement. If you look down here, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's this lovely, beautiful preserved ammonite here. It's a large one, and actually scientists think it's a female. The male ones are actually smaller, and they're about this size. Now, scientists don't exactly know how the ammonite pavement formed. Because we have a mixture of male and female ammonites, they kind of think it was a breeding frenzy, and lots of lovemaking was going on between these ammonites, and then suddenly they just kind of died off. But it's a spectacular place to come and see fossils on the Jurassic coast, and I really do encourage you to come and see it for yourself.